ना आपको नहीं रिमोट होता है इसका.
Hi friends, I'm Ayushi Zina and this is my weird family. We are back with another video and this time the topic is parties. I think we are all missing going to parties and the free food, aren't we? So let's start with a discussion about the same.
Well, the first question that I would like to ask: which one is better, buffet party or traditional party? Buffet or traditional party?
Let's
Well,
start
you
with
start.
you.
Personally, I like the traditional ones where you are made to sit and people come and serve you. But that has become obsolete these days. So wherever we go, 95% parties are buffet. So it's fine.
Okay.
What about you?
I think buffet is better because there's no load of serving people. You can simply go and eat whatever you want. So I think it's less of a mess and the best,
Okay,
most
but
convenient.
okay, but don't you think that you are having a plate in your hand? It seems like you are baking something.
In
Okay.
both ways, you can have that begging wala feeling. For me, I'm a foodie, I love to eat. So in buffet, I have this unlimited option to eat. I can go as many times as I want. There are people who are literally shameless and can stand in front of the chicken counter and not budge until they are done with the plates. In traditional party, obviously you have the ease of sitting down and eating, but the problem there is, suppose you want another puri but you are feeling a bit shy to ask for that one, and they give you just one piece and then they leave. So what to do? So I think buffet has its own positive and traditional has
Actually,
its
in
own.
traditional parties, I think one demerit is that if you are a fast eater, means the people who are sitting next to you, beside you, if they are eating slowly and you finish fast, so you feel very awkward and you don't know whether to wait or ask for something, a second helping. So that is one point.
Nowadays, I've noticed one trend. It is in most weddings nowadays. I've seen that there's one person standing near the table where you're eating. So that is a mixture of both these parties. You can first take the first helping and sit down. And if actually the caterers are really good, they have one person serving each table. So you just sit and they are good enough to go and bring whatever you're asking for.
Exactly.
So I think it is a balance
Exactly,
between the two.
exactly. That is what my point is. I want there should be a combination about traditional as well as buffet. So first you go and have the thing you want to have, and after that there should be the waiters. They would move around and they would serve you. So I think and thank God these days we are seeing that in most of the parties. Now the second one is, do you think the party should be held on Saturday and Sunday? Because on a weekdays what happened that when we go, so we have the pressure, maybe that kids are small, so we always feel that next morning we have to we have to wake them up. They have to hurry to the school. So why not to make it that only on Saturday and Sunday there should be parties? Yes, Ayushi, what do you feel?
I think it is not possible because suppose a person's birthday is on Wednesday, the gusto and in that enthusiasm that you'll have on celebrating it on the day of your birthday won't be the same when you wait till the weekend to celebrate it. So even if we look at it from the convenience point of view, maybe Saturday and Sunday is good, but suppose you are having a very dull and bad week and in between you get a party, so obviously it cheers you up.
Okay, fine. When it is birthday, then we can have the party on the same day. But I am talking about the marriage and reception and these sort of parties.
Nowadays,
No,
marriage is a 3-4 days occasion, so obviously it cannot be kept only those 2 days. There's mehendi, haldi, sangeet, and all those things. It takes the entire week nowadays.
But reception takes place only one day. The
So,
main party I am talking about. That should
no,
be.
but there are two parties. One the girls' side throws, one the boys' side throws. So it is not just one reception. And the marriages happen in India according to the Shubh Muhurt, the dates. So if the marriage is on Monday, you can't keep the party one day before. Or if the marriage takes place, the wedding takes place on Monday, you can't have the party on Saturday.
Hmm.
what about you?
I think the best day to have any party is Friday or Saturday because then you can just stay up as late as you want because the next day will be holiday. But if you have a party on Sunday, then you have the pressure of waking up on Monday. So
And
it's
Monday
better to
morning
chill the whole
blues.
day on Sunday. So have the party on Friday or Saturday.
So you
Well,
should get married on Friday or Saturday.
should there be dress code in parties? Should there be dress codes?
Actually, nowadays they do have dress code, especially in the weddings. On the day of mehendi or haldi, they have the dress code, and in many other places they have a dress code for other parties also, the children's parties or anything. So if one can afford it and the others are willing to carry it forward, then it's okay. But if it is a binding of sorts, then it should be avoided.
Okay, what do you think?
I think if you have a proper dress code, then it looks more proper and better, I feel, in any kind of function, be it mehendi or haldi. So I think, yeah, there should be a dress code.
Does it look like school dress and college uniform?
But in that too, there should be a variety. Everyone shouldn't be wearing the exact same copy. At least the main theme, maybe the color should be same.
It looks good in pictures. Nowadays, everything is done for photographs, so it looks better when everybody's color coordinated. But I think for a person like me who does not pay too much attention into dresses, if suppose they put a dress code for me and I don't have that, am I not supposed to go and eat? So I don't want that kind of a binding on me.
Exactly, that's what I was going to ask you. Like maybe I don't have the dress of that particular color. So does it mean that I won't be going to parties?
Maybe.
Okay, now next one. What happened in most of the parties, I find that the persons they take cat jumps and they don't eat it and they waste a lot of food. Can there be a system? Can there be any method by which we can check this out? Because in parties, I find that there is a lot of wastage of food.
This is a genuine problem, but we don't have a solution to it.
No, actually, it happens because here the parties are overcrowded. In the general, when the general public throw a party, they just invite at least 1,000 people, and the venue maybe it is small, and they have only a particular line of counter. Means the same food is not available in more than one counter. So when one takes a plate and reaches finally after a lot of jaddojehed, means a lot of fight, so they just think that I won't be coming here again, I don't have that much energy left, so let me take my second and third helping at a time. So they just pile up, and they afterwards they are unable to eat.
Well, what changes should there be?
If
Meenakshi,
the
can you give any idea
No,
what
if there
changes
are
should come?
multiple counters for the same food, just like you just now told, and you have the liberty of going back and forth once or twice, or there is somebody serving you again and again if you ask for, then I don't think people will be piling up so much of food.
Exactly.
No, only not about the food. I am talking in general. I am talking what changes should there be. Say one or two. Like I am just putting my view. Don't you think that we should invite the limited number of guests? In the sense, what happened that when you are inviting 500 or 1000 and you are not able to entertain all of them, the place is overcrowded. I think it's a, and what happened maybe one person is sitting and the moment he leaves the chair, the someone else
Captures it.
captures that. So it looks very funny and very awkward. So what I am trying to just say, we should have the limited number of guests, and there should be a system that maybe it may sound a little absurd, but they have to show some sort of pass so that they can get in.
No, that will be too much.
No, but I think one thing I'm not suggesting any change, but I'm saying that Indians should be given like a hats off for the kind of parties they throw, because we do not know the number of guests we'll be actually having for the party. You can give a card for your wedding expecting two people to come, and there might be five or six people who come, and there might be some families you have counted four as the heads and only one person arrives. So we do not really know how many guests are we going to entertain, and without even knowing that we throw a party. Even foreigners can't do that.
No,
Exactly.
why not before party one should communicate in one way or other that okay, I'm coming in a party and how many persons are
In
coming?
other countries, we have
No, in
this.
India that will be a big no, because if we do any such thing, then people will take it uh, otherwise, and they will feel very insulted, and the word will go around that he was asking how many will come from our family.
That means they do
Yeah,
not want anybody to
to
come.
come.
But in other countries, we have actually proofs to show that if you have marked that only one person will be coming and you take one more with you, that one person is not allowed to enter also. That is the
Exactly.
condition.
Yet, don't you think that it's a high time that these changes should come in India also?
So many changes have come, and I think in days to come, in the coming years, these changes will also come.
Someone has to take the initiative.
Yes,
Well,
definitely.
Ayuta, what is your take?
Well, I completely agree. It's high time there should be some changes in the Indian system, and we should follow the foreign system of where you have to send back a card telling how many people will actually come to the party.
One more thing I would like to point out. What about the gifts? What happened that we get the same gift, say about five or six, same sort of gifts we keep on getting. Don't you think that there should be a system that one should not get the same gift?
Because we do not register for gifts here. In other countries, that is also a norm. But here, that is unthinkable. But nowadays, there are families, posh families maybe, who are bringing these changes. There are families who make it mandatory in their cards that no gift will be accepted. Please make a donation of whatever amount you want to so and so organization or something of that sort. So there are people doing such things.
And there are people, maybe the close ones, they are asking and they ask that what gift they would like to receive, so that they can bring those.
Yes, Ayuta, regarding gift.
Well, obviously, you can say that these changes can be brought, but I think it's just the way a particular tradition or system is. So I do not think that India has progressed as much to actually follow these kind of.
The safest and best is to give cash.
Yes, I think that is a good way.
That would be better.
That is
I
the
think
best
so.
thing to
Because
give.
marriage is the most kharchila affair of all kinds, so it's better to help the family by giving some financial support instead of just giving useless items.
Exactly.
Okay, now let the last question that let me come down to very on a personal level. Well, both of you, what sort of wedding would you like to have?
First, she'll answer.
Okay. What changes or what sort of uh, wedding would you like to have?
I would not like to have a wedding.
You cannot copy my answer, dude.
I mean, that's what I've thought till now. So, but even if by chance somehow, unfortunately, I do have a one, I would like it to be completely private. Only very close people will be allowed to enter.
Okay, allowed to enter.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but I know for one thing for sure that she will be having a grand wedding where
Exactly.
people will have to wear color coordinated clothes, where there will be full show sharaba and those destination wedding kind of a thing. No matter what she says, she's a big hypocrite and she'll make sure that the wedding is a grand affair. We'll see.
And she'll start dressing up early in the morning on the D-Day, and finally she will be ready to face the audience, to face the people by 12 at night.
I think we do know you.
My own family members don't know me.
Oh, okay. And what's your take? What's
I
your
want
view?
a very simple wedding. I don't want to entertain so many guests to spend uselessly on a huge like venue or the number of guests. The best thing would be to just have a registry marriage and call your close ones for a small party and then save that money and go and travel a good place and be happy. If that is possible, then this is the best kind of a wedding according to me.
I hope you keep your words.
I will keep my words. Let's.
Maybe they should keep their words, because 30 years ago when we got married, it was just a simple affair in a temple where our family members were present and a few friends, and there were no guests at all, no party, nothing.
Okay. Let's sum up. Okay, you.
So I think we had a good conversation about parties. So is this a final goodbye or are you people going to say
No, no,
something
we are
more?
not going to.
Okay, so I think you all also can sit down and discuss what kind of parties do you prefer going to. And once this lockdown is over, I think we'll all be going and throwing one party for sure. So go have fun, talk to your family members, and just have a good interactive session. Bye bye.